Good morning, Year 3. This is Miss Callahan with your literacy lesson on Wednesday, the 3rd of February. Take some time now to write the date and the learning objective in your literacy book. Today's learning objective is to create a pop-up book. Pause the video and press play when you have finished this task. For our Backstarter, we are continuing with suffixes. What is a suffix? You should all be able to tell me now that a suffix is a group of letters that is added to the end of a root word to turn it into another word. And our example that we have been using is garden is the root word, add the suffix, and your new word would be gardener. And we've been learning about the special spelling rules for suffixes that start with vowel letters. For example, starts with an E, to words containing more than one syllable. Our first rule that we looked at was the silent E rule. For words that end in a silent E, such as remove or adore. When you add a suffix to these words, you have to get rid of the E before you add the suffix. Our second rule that we looked at was the double consonant rule, where you have to double the consonant at the end of words that end in a vowel and a consonant, where that you can hear the last syllable, where it's stressed. Words like stop, dig, fat would become stopped, digging, and fatter with two of the consonants in the middle. Double P, double G, and double T. Today we're going to look at adding the suffix onto some verbs to turn them into nouns. For example, walk is a verb, it's an action that you would do. If you added onto the end of it, walker is a noun. It's a type of person, a person who does something, a person who goes for a walk. Some of these you need to make sure you're using the special rule. For example, make ends in a silent E, so you would need to lose the E before adding the suffix. Other verbs, such as run, you need to double the consonant, because it ends in a vowel and a consonant, and the last syllable is stressed. Have a try at doing these in your book now. Turn the verbs into the nouns using the suffix and your special spelling rules. As a challenge, what other examples could you think of? Pause the video now while you complete the task and then press play when you're ready for your next. Words with the suffix often describe jobs. For example, teacher. Teacher is a job. My job is a teacher. I would like you to look at these words with the suffix. We have driver, presenter, plumber, waiter, builder, and writer. And you're going to explain what they mean. Pick 3 of these examples and write them in your book. For example, a teacher is a person who teaches, especially in a school. Pause the video and write 3 of your own in your book now. Finally, the suffix can also be used to compare things. It can be a comparative adjective. For example, big, if you add the suffix on, becomes bigger. Notice that we had to double the consonant. You could compare someone. I am bigger than my sister. Small, with the suffix becomes smaller. Smart, with the suffix becomes smarter. Can you think of some other examples of comparative adjectives containing the suffix Write these in your book now. Finally, let's apply this knowledge of comparative adjectives. I want you to use the following adjectives add the suffix and write a sentence comparing. For example, Chloe is taller than Matthew. Would be one that you could do for tall. I am older than my sister. Again, choose 3 of these and write me 3 comparative adjective sentences in your literacy book. Pause the video and press play when you have finished this. For today's main task, we are going to start creating our pop-up book. I know lots of you were excited to do this last week, but you have got today and tomorrow to do it, so you do not need to rush. I want you to take your time and make the best pop-up book you can possibly make. You will have noticed in your pack that you've been given a folded piece of card. If it isn't folded, fold it now. This will be your pop-up book. The front of this folded piece of paper is going to be your front cover. On your front cover, you need to write your title that you included in your plan on Monday and draw an illustration so that the audience who are going to read your pop-up book know what it is about. When you have finished your front cover, you need to open up your pop-up book and we're going to start with the writing. Using the lined paper templates that are in your pack, you are going to write out your paragraphs from the plan that you made on Monday and Tuesday. In your best handwriting, checking the spellings, checking that sentences start with a capital letter and end with a full stop. Your pop-up book needs to include your introduction, which tells you what a plant is and what plants need to grow, and your 4 paragraphs with subheadings about the roots, the stem, the leaves and the flower. This is an information text, so it should have lots of technical language, all our word-aware words that we've been learning about, such as germinate, pollination, photosynthesis, and each section should tell you about the function of the plant part in lots of detail. You might choose to write all of your paragraphs together and stick them on one sheet, or you might choose to cut up your lined paper into each section. When you are doing your writing, you need to leave a space in the middle of the page where the fold is, as this is where your pop-up flower will go. You might also want to include your extra paragraph about the life cycle of plants or different types of flowers, especially if you are red, orange or yellow group and included these in your plan on Monday and Tuesday. When you have finished your writing, then it is time to create your pop-up flower for the centre. You need to cut and fold a piece of coloured card to create a hinge. I'm going to show you a video of me making one now to help you. In your pack you should also have had a different piece of coloured card. You are going to cut a long strip from this. This will be your hinge, and you are going to create a flower from this. Your strip of card, your hinge, you are going to fold in half and then in half again, so that when you open it up, it should have 4 different sections. And with this piece of card that's folded into 4 sections, you need to make an M shape. So the middle fold needs to bend down and you need to align it with the fold on the big piece of paper. And then you need to stick down the ends to your pop-up book. Finally, you need to fold your flower in half and make sure that the crease lines up with the fold on your little strip of card and your main piece of card, and then stick it down just to this, just to your hinge. When you have stuck this all together, you should be able to open and close your pop-up book so that when you open it, the flower pops out a little bit from the page. Remember, this task is for today and for tomorrow, so you do not need to rush. We want to see your best writing, and you need to use your plan to help you. I would like you to spend half an hour, 30 minutes, on your pop-up books today, and then try today's Chilli Challenges. Today's Chilli Challenges are again applying our knowledge of suffixes. The mild challenge, just a reminder this is suitable for green and blue group, is to rewrite the sentences adding the suffix ing to one of the words in the sentence. Your spicy challenge is to try and turn the verbs into nouns. And your hot challenge is to write a sentence using a comparative adjective. Again, these words all contain our suffix er. These need to be done in your literacy book, in your neatest handwriting. Please tell us what challenge you are doing before you do it. So if you're doing the spicy challenge, you would write spicy challenge, number 1, bake, baker, and then you would carry on from there. Don't worry if you didn't manage to get your pop-up book finished today. You've got tomorrow's lesson to finish it and then check through, edit and improve. Make sure it includes all our features of information texts and your best punctuation and grammar. I hope you really enjoy this task, creating your pop-up books and applying your knowledge on suffixes. Your teachers are really excited to see your final product. Well done, keep working hard, keep smiling. We're really proud of you. Make sure you come back tomorrow to watch the next lesson. Well done.